We're out in the desert, and we've brought our new stovetop oven with us that we made. We wanted one like the Omnia, but the price was a little off-putting. So I found some items on Amazon that I felt would replicate the function of the Omnia, and I want to share them with you. And I'm going to put the items in the description. I basically ordered a bunch of different things off Amazon that might work, and then I figured out which ones went together best. So this is what we did. So some of them are heat stained, and some of them have some muck on them because I need to get them home and use some steel wool on them. So I hope you won't mind the mess. But anyway, this is what we got, and it works really well. We've been using this butane cooktop. It's really important with a butane cooktop that you don't let it cover here, so that limited the size of the oven to make sure that it didn't overlap where the fuel was and make the fuel hot, because that can cause it to explode apparently. So and we don't usually use it on this countertop, we usually put it outside. But anyway, here we go. This is, so the first piece I bought was a gas ring burner liner, I think they're called, and this holds the oven off the stovetop so that the bottom of the oven doesn't come directly in contact with the flame, and it makes a space between them. So you want a hole here big enough that the heat can go up through the center of the pan. The next was a pan, and I wanted one, like I said, that was big enough so it didn't overlap the cooktop, but was big enough for what we needed, and it fits on this base. And this one's I think a 10-inch, maybe 10.5 inch. One was the size that worked best for us, and you can see it needs a bit of a clean. Just as a warning, if these things bother you, this is where I took the sticker off and the glue went dark, and I haven't been able to get that off, so maybe some steel wool will get it off. But if that bothers you, make sure you work getting the elastic off better. So that's the base oven. The next part was a grid, and that was a little more expensive, but it just happened to fit just perfectly in this pan. Next, and we don't always use this, I found this silicone donut ring mold, and it needed to I needed to cut a bit of it with scissors to get it to fit, but that fits in there if we want to do something liquidy, like say mac and cheese or something. You can put that in there, or bread dough or something like that. But the other thing I have is I have some little cupcake cases, and they can go directly on there. So here are some brownie muffins I made earlier with those. So those go on there. And then the next thing was a lid, and I found a basting cover or a warming cover that fits, and we drilled out holes in the side to help with air circulation. And then there was a handle here, and we drilled out a hole in the handle. We drilled out a hole in the middle, and we took the handle off, and I found a barbecue grill thermometer that fits there. And this just rests on here. It doesn't nest very well. It's the thing I don't like as much about the choices I made, but it worked well. You want this to dome because you want a gap between the top of the lid and here, so the air can come up the chimney and come in here. So this fit well. You could probably use a cake pan or something. I found if I used a bigger one so it fit over the pan, then it sat down low. So that's why I've got that there. So that's that system like that. And then I just preheat it, and I put my items in, and then set it going. And the thermometer on the top isn't exactly the same, I don't think, as what you'd see in your oven. It's just an indicator of how hot you need it. So, and then finally I made a little bag. Oops, there we go. I made a bag that the whole lot could fit in, and so that all sits inside. Let me see. So this lid goes in, and then this goes in, and this goes in, and it closes up very small. I don't know if you can see, I can't do it up with one hand, but it closes very small, and that's done a nice job for us as an oven. And I reckon it's cost us about maybe about half the price of the Omnia, certainly less than $100. So we've used that a number of times in various things, and it's worked very well.